Let's kickstart today's session. So welcome to this week's Inner Circle call. This week is around your authority websites. This is around the base of your business, of your online business. So today we're going to be looking at your authority website and how to really make it into a lead generation tool, and that's what we're focusing on. So as always, we're going to work through a number of different areas and principles and challenges and how we actually implement this. But the first thing I want to do is I want to jump into my iPad today. So what you should do is you should see my iPad any second now. And for the new members, the reason why I'm hesitant is because we have had one or two problems, but we should be good. So you should see my iPad on your screen. If you can, just let me know. Just type in the box. Al, I want you to really think about what we're going through now. I want absolute clarity in terms of what we're dealing with. So, your website, the way I want you to view your website is almost like an octopus. And that's a phrase I got from a chap in Australia, James Schramko, who's a friend of mine. And but it summarizes exactly what we're looking to do. So if you think about what we've got is, in the middle, we've got you. We've got your website. So for those of you who've asked me, do I need a website, or I don't see what the big deal is, or why do we need to worry about these little bits, or why do we need to change some of the language? The reason why is because all of your marketing, everything you do online, should come back to your authority website. So you want to think about your online footprint, your online collateral, what you're doing in terms of marketing. You want to focus it almost as an octopus. So there's you in the middle. And if you think about an octopus, it's got tentacles, and there we go, popping out all over. Now these tentacles are going to be, and they are, your marketing pieces. But we want your digital footprint to come back to you. So everything we do, we want it pointing back to you. If we're going to put content on the net, we want to get the benefit of it. If it's SEO related, we want to get the benefit of it. Not now, but in years to come. We want Google to index and point back to us. So whether you're focusing on Twitter, whether you're focusing on LinkedIn, whether you've written articles, whether you've got webinars out there, whether you're posting in forums, whether it might be in LinkedIn groups, etc., etc., etc. A big one's going to be JVs, and I'm really excited about this for some of you. So one of the strategies I've mentioned before is how we can have you can identify websites with say 100,000 plus visitors each month, and you can actually set up a joint venture so they direct that traffic to you. So for example, if you're in Java, or if you're in SAP, you can find these websites and you can actually have the owner send out email messages, direct his members or his visitors to you. So it's huge. So you want it always coming back to you. So you want to view your website as an octopus. So everything you're doing points back to you. So if you've got a website that's second rate, if you've got a website that doesn't capture leads, if you've got a website that doesn't allow you to start setting up automation in your business, then we've got problems, because there will be a lot of traffic for you. There'll be a lot of assessments of you taking place online you won't even be aware of. You won't even be aware of. Now, when you set up a proper lead generation funnel from your website, the traffic that comes to you, you're going to actually be using to actually create leads. So we're going to go through examples so people use this now in the Inner Circle, give examples of what we do in our own business. But I want you to look at your website, and everything you do as almost like an octopus. It's all coming back to you. So that's the first thing I want you to think about. Now, in the bigger picture, what we're talking about is a framework. So really, there's three key components that we talk about. In fact, let's make it even simpler to start with. If you think about your authority website, you're here. So this is you, www.abcrecruiting. Then what we have is our traffic, and our traffic is the tentacles of what we just discussed. So we've got our Twitter, we've got LinkedIn, we've got emails, we've got whatever we've got out there, all pointing back to our website. So that's your traffic sites. But Most recruitment websites they're pretty off. They're pretty off in many ways, and there's some key challenges I see. So number one, the first problem I see with recruitment websites is this: is we try and be too smart. Keep it simple, stupid, KISS. When they come to your website, remember they're going to make a decision instantaneously. Shall I keep reading? Your first job is to retain their interest in you and have them read through what you have. But the very first thing they need to do is they need to know you're talking to them. So who are you? What do you do? How can you help me? That's the answers you must provide for your prospect. We don't want subliminal USPs and being all fancy and then long paragraphs around hot air. Keep it really simple. Most of your clients are going to be very functional, very linear people. Now, some of you are going to be in niches where there will be some more creative mindsets involved, but you're dealing with those who are making buying decisions. Keep it simple. So you need to answer, who are you? What do you do? Can you help me? The problem we've got, most websites don't do that in recruitment. Number two, most recruitment websites are losing leads every single day. There's no possibility, there's no setup to actually capture leads. If you've got 1,000 people coming a month, you're losing a huge proportion of those who will sign up for either your opt into your email list, or they might sign up for a meeting with you. They might sign up for a webinar, but we're letting those leads go. Number three, we've got no automated nurturing. Now, approximately, depending on what white paper you read, 3% of your clients are going to be ready to buy as they come across you. So 97% of them are not going to be buying at the time. So what do? They come to our website, they read something, they think you're nice, and they go away and they forget about you. Then when they're ready to buy, someone else might be nurturing them. Someone else might have just popped in front of them. So we want to be nurturing the 97%, but we want it done automatically. You can't do this manually. So there's no automated nurturing going on for most recruitment websites. Number four, most recruitment websites I see are half-baked. The approach to the website is just get it up there, keep it really simple, or I'm going to just take a load of content, write it down on Sunday, get up there and not think about it. And that's your decision. If you take that approach, this is your business. These are your candidates and clients. Now, I don't know your candidates and clients, and I say this over and over and over again. As soon as you get inside your prospect's head, as soon as you get in deep inside the avatar of your client, it will flow a lot easier. But it's getting deep inside that mindset. So if they come to your website and they can't recognize instantly that you're fixing this particular problem for them, or you're the person to fix it, they will be off. If they can't actually see what marketplace you're working in, they will definitely be off. But at the very least, they need to be able to see, right, this is what you do, this is how you do it, and can you do it for me? And most recruitment websites have got a half-baked approach to that. There's lots of content and it's garbage. What problem can you fix for me? What is my problem? As your client, think what your client's biggest problem is. They don't want to come to your website and find out the latest trends on in the marketplace. They don't want to come and see nice pictures of someone shaking hands over a table that you got off Google Images. They've got a problem they want fixed. How can you fix it? What are the roles that you provided that they are desperate to get filled and they can't fill them? What case studies have you got you can demonstrate that shows you're the real deal? So you need to think about this properly, and if you think about while you're asleep, 24 hours a day, you're getting, depending on your current position, and your degree of marketing, you're going to get hundreds, thousands of visitors every single month. If you're going to go on stage and do a presentation, you'd think a lot harder. If you're going to present to 5,000 people, you'd put your back into it. Once this website's up, it's going to be up, if you do it correctly, pretty much forever. You're going to change content as you move along. You might grow, expand your business, you might sell the business, you might go into multiple niches, but it's your 24/7 sales machine. Treat it as such. If you're going to treat it without that respect, then think about doing a presentation of 5,000 people and then just doing it the night before. and that's the equivalent. So really think about what you're doing. Number 5, there's no funnel. And what I mean by that is this: there's no call to action for the next step. So we talk about the next step. So depending on where you are on the ladder of trust and where your clients are in terms of buyer readiness, they might be in a position to buy, they might not be. But what you've got to do is give them the opportunity to take that next logical step. So some of your clients might have heard from you 3-4 times and read some articles that you're good. And it gets to the 5th, 6th time, do you know what? I trust them. They're demonstrating to me they're the real deal. They're not just posting something once and hoping things turn out to be great. They're doing all these things, they're contributing to the marketplace, they're doing these Maven webinars. And it might be the 5th, 6th interaction with you, it might be the 15th, who knows? If it's automated, it won't matter to you. But what's their next logical step? Some of your clients, the next logical step will be to learn more about you. Some other of your clients, or prospects rather, their next logical step will be, I want you to source for me, but I need to speak to you. If you cause any friction on your website, and you've all done it, I'm sure you've all been shopping, looking for something. You've been online, you've looked for that stereo, you've looked for whatever it might be, an iPod, and you come to a website, you've seen it's cheap, and you get lost trying to find the buy now button, or you get lost in the process, or they won't take your credit card, they'll need to take PayPal, or vice versa, and you're off. We live in an ADHD society. You need to make it, when they come to your website, they've got some real clear options. Right, if I now want this person to give me a proposal, what do I do? If I want to speak to this person, what do I do? I don't want to go around looking, trying to find contact pages and numbers. I want it plain as day. What exactly do I do? Make it idiot proof. That film with, I've mentioned it before, Denzel Washington, Philadelphia. Treat me like a 5-year-old, and that's exactly what you need to be doing. If you're getting 1,000 visitors to your website, wouldn't it be good if a proportion of those were straight away signing up for a meeting with you? Another set was signing up to have to see one of your Maven webinars. Another set was signing up to read more of your articles, because they're all at different places in the buying cycle. Some of them are going to be ready to buy. In the last year, I guarantee you've had clients come to your website, and they've come to your website and they've either not recognized what you can do for them, or have not recognized how to take the next step, and you've lost them. So we need to get this next call to action in place. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer to this, as I just demonstrated there. Your clients are going to be in different buying positions. So you need educational marketing, but you also need, this is your next step. So we're going to go through examples of both. So what's the solution? And before I get into the solution, I want to make sure I'm not moving too quickly. I know for some of you that this is very simple and you understand lots of these things already, but there are some base fundamentals we need to get in place before getting into the setting up a funnel and setting up the process and so forth. So any questions, type in the box now. I want to make sure that you're all absolutely clear.